So welcome to the Cornelius Pass Roadhouse Saloon. I like to come off the highway, and at the light, I turn right and come into this parking lot. I don't go in the parking lot on the other side because it grants you access to this entrance that gets you right into where you'll have reception most of the time. And then right over in this area is ceremony, which I'll take you to. But that's like me, I just parked. I usually just park here, grab a cart, I load in, and then reception happens usually right in here. Sometimes they have dinner out here. Definitely, like, you know, dinner cocktail happens in this area. Usually what I have to do is there is power, which I will show you, right inside those doors. And you can set a speaker up here, or I'll run power from underneath and set up a speaker right here, which is nice when they have this awning up. It's usually not here in the summertime. Sometimes I run a satellite speaker over here and I run power, and I have grabbed power back here. Let me see where. There might be a little power box somewhere. I recall power being back here, but maybe I don't see it now. So, if not, I know there is power if you go all the way to the back and inside, but I thought there was power out here before. Well, if not, you can always run power, but I have battery powered speakers, so, you know, I could put a speaker out here. I've done it before and put a mic on top of it, because sometimes I've done toasts out here. So I have run my battery powered speaker and or my Jackery and set up a speaker here with my wireless remote attached to it, and then it's plenty to fill, you know, this area for sound. Really helps out. So the next place I'm going to go to is where ceremony is for you. So for ceremony, so I was just over here. You can come out and then you walk around, come through this little smoking area. Okay. Sometimes there's a bar inside here. Little smoke lounge out here. So you smell some good cigars. So you come through here, come into this area. Ceremony's real easy. Okay, so this is usually where ceremony happens. Usually they're set up with the tree as the background, and then there are chairs here and chairs here. So where you've got to go, whew, mushy grass. So the trick is I usually set a table up over here out of the way, and oh man, it's muddy. Let's see if I can get through here. So come through, run a cave cord, and then there's power right there. Super handy. So you run power from there, run it through here. Obviously in the summer, this is all full grown, but I usually set my table up just right here, and ceremony's there. And again, for me, I'll have one speaker over here. If you want sound and stereo, you can run an XLR around and set another speaker up over there if you have battery powered speakers or access to power. I have never found power over here, ever. I think there was one time they ran it out of that house in the very back, like some kind of shed. It does not work very well. Best option is to plug in where I'm at, set a table up, and then if you have battery powered or something, you can run it in stereo, put another speaker over there. But if you have one speaker and you have enough power, it should be okay. So now we're opening the doors when you come in. So depending, if it's really full in here, which is pretty easy to do, usually your setup is right here and you have power, obviously. I have set up here and have my speakers here. I've also set up here ran my wires over the top and set my speakers up, one here and one over there, to have the sound right on the dance floor. I was talking with Alex, our sales manager here. If it's not busy, we'll put you here. And I've been here before, and it's great because power's right there. And then when you're set up, you're literally just straight shot right in to the inside of the barn. He told me there is a couple DJs that will set up right here with power right here and literally get as close to the wall as possible. I guess if you have a pretty small footprint, it works, because what's really neat is if you have uplights, you've got all this barn to work with. Okay. Sometimes the setup, I've been over here, obviously not in the winter because they're fueling that and it gets really hot, but because there's power right here, and then I've set up like right here, which works. And then you're kind of faced here. I think it depends on how big of a sound system you bring. You don't need a big one in here, but I've brought subs. I brought a sub, an 18-inch sub, and speakers, and I had debris falling off of that top down on me. So, but it does sound good in here if you can get it right. It's just the inside of the barn, and as you can see, when you go to ceremony, you just go out this door, and then that was the ceremonies around that way. And the bathrooms are right there. All right, Cornelius Pass Roadhouse Saloon. So Cornelius Pass Roadhouse Saloon. Also, there is another setup. If you have it, it's like the garden, I think is what they call it. But you have Embry Hall here where the bar and restaurant is. And then this house, which is where their offices are at. I have done a party back here. I just parked and loaded through this area. It's not ideal, but you know, it works. As you can see, you can remove those, and I doubt they'll let you drive, but you can pull up and unload and then start pulling everything in. As you can see, there's a tent here. What they were saying is that they don't try to do too many ceremony receptions here because of the road noise, but it does happen. So when you're here, normal setup for DJ is here in this corner because there's power. There's also a lot of power behind here. This is kind of like a busing station, and there's power back there. So the ceremony will happen here. That's where the altar will be. They'll run power for you, and you can set up somewhere over here, and then seating back there. There's also an orchard back by where the other ceremony site was. Sometimes he says they do dancing and reception outdoors there to get away from this road noise. So yeah, this is the other side of it in the tent.